that seems like what he was really like.
Yeah, I don't. The need to dig deeper than the script. I mean, I just think it's your sort of your basic duty to if someone existed to find out as much as you can. It didn't, to be honest, it didn't. Sometimes a script is just a representation of something. Well, it always is, and it's not necessarily when you do research on it, it's not necessarily reflected in the script. There was a very limited amount that I could find about Marvin Bailey. What I could find was very helpful because it was consistent. He was sort of universally liked and admired. There's a couple of quotes will do it sometimes. Bob Iger said something that was really helpful. You know, irascible, grumpy, huge-hearted, warm, loved whom he worked with and loved by those he loved who he worked with and loved by those he worked with. And but Tim's script was accurate to that, and I've actually never discussed this with Tim, not because I avoid talking to directors, but because I never discussed why, you know, him being the conscience of the movie, and whether or not that was something they found out from Jeff Mason. I assume it wasn't, but to me it seems he was a producer of live events, more logistical than technical broadcast man. But he was both sides. But you know, he was somebody whose job it was to troubleshoot enormous events, massive logistical events that hadn't really occurred before. So they were broadcast, and they were hundreds and hundreds of people staying in hotel rooms, and gasoline bills, and all this kind of thing. So he was this kind of nexus point between the two, and I think it sort of seemed to me anyway accurate that he would be the one concerned about possible terrible things happening, possible disasters, because that was his job to foresee them and prevent them. So it stands to absolute reason, aside from conscience, that it would stand to reason that he would be qualified to spot a problem before it comes. I'm sure that their job is just to shoot it as best as possible and get it out there, right? Regardless.
Follow the story wherever it goes.
Yeah, follow the story wherever it goes, and live cut it really well. And that wasn't Marvin's job. It was to look after everybody, but also to make sure nothing awful happened.
Right. Well, we've talked about the fact that it affects